There's a great example that we see in his life around friendships, and it occurs at a crisis moment in his life. On the night before Jesus is arrested, and then later killed, on the night he actually was arrested and then later killed, he faces his most challenging moment in the Garden of Gethsemane. And if you notice, as he approached that moment, he didn't turn to his wider group of 12 disciples. Instead, he chose his 3 closest friends, Peter, James, and John. He chose them to confide in and to share in his deepest anguish. And here's how it's recorded in Matthew. He told them, those 3, "My soul is crushed with grief to the point of death. Stay here with me and keep watch with me." This moment shows the importance of having our closest friends who understand our struggles. If Jesus needed deep friendships, surely we do too, perhaps even more so. So, knowing this and wanting to follow his example, how do we apply this? How can we apply this idea of getting to friendship? So I can summarize it with one word. That intentionality. You never do any of the most important things in life without intentionality. This applies to our finances. You never accidentally get out of debt. This applies to our careers. It applies to our marriage, parenting, but this also applies to our friendships. If you don't get intentional about developing meaningful friendships, it will never happen. Because meaningful friendships aren't stumbled upon, they're fought for. Meaningful friendships aren't stumbled upon, they're fought for. In other words, you have to be intentional or proactive in building and maintaining friendships. Meaningful connections with others doesn't just happen spontaneously or by chance. They require deliberate effort and they require planning.